Hello.
Good morning.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means.
Whoop, whoop. Maybe not quite.
I don't know if we do that on this stream or not.
We said
I
that
feel
last
like
week.
I feel like we should do something, but it's a different show. This is created with TBP, and last night was
Last night was whoop whoop
weekly live party.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more chill. What do we do on Thursdays? It's Thursday. You know what this means.
Give us some recommendations.
Coffee. That's what it means. Coffee.
Yeah,
we'll raise our coffees.
Too.
You know what that means. Coffee. There you go.
Yeah.
That's our Thursday thing now.
Love it. Does that make the coffee a business expense?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what Judy would say.
Gotta have a prop. Yeah.
What are you guys sipping on in your cups this morning? I've got an iced vanilla latte because I'm boring, and that's just what I go to.
I have a sugar-free caramel mocha iced latte with 2 extra shots and almond milk.
Nice. Well, mine's a 4-shot latte.
Oh boy!
But
I'm only at 2, and yours is smaller than mine too. So you're gonna be zinging. Yeah, I got a big one.
My everyday, Becky. Yeah, I feel like I get the hookup at my coffee shop because
you do.
I think they love me, and I think I love them.
Yeah.
So
who are we?
I'm Abby.
And I'm Becky.
And we are a part of the Bead Place. We are a brick and mortar bead and yarn shop in the St. Louis area. And we're also an online retailer and wholesaler.
Yes.
And we are here today for the continuation of our monthly fun pack stream. So last night, during our weekly live party, we unboxed our Rainy Days monthly fun pack. We went over everything inside, and we started on our projects. Some design inspiration for you guys. I am going to link monthly fun pack, so you can read all about it if you want to check it out. But essentially, what it is a monthly themed curation of staff picks and favorites that fit with whatever current theme we're using. Yeah. So this month's was Rainy Days. So we've got a lot of kind of blues and grays and sparkle and grunge.
A little bit of rainbow.
Yeah, a little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunderstorm. It's really cool. So let's take a look at it.
Oh, the spikes or the lightning.
Cute.
Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought that like the rainbow iridescence on the gray.
Oh.
Here, let's show them.
Okay.
Like the rainbow iridescence, like on these guys, I thought was the lightning because it's kind of like labradorite.
Yeah.
And they say that labradorite is lightning caught in a stone.
Okay. It goes bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah. Well, and there's yellow in here, but that could be from the rainbow too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, there's all kinds of cute stuff.
Yeah.
Becky, what did you get started on last night?
The potato cloud earrings. This bead right here looks like a cloud, and this one it's a nugget, but I think it looks like a potato, like in the foil when they bring it to you to a restaurant. So it's a potato bead.
I think it was supposed to be like a silver plated cloud, but
or a puddle or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that it is a potato in your mind. That's just so wonderful.
And I made them mismatched because why not?
Yeah.
We're not done. We're gonna finish this today.
Yes. So last night Becky had the idea to drop a briolette, one of the cute little crystal drops. Would you mind picking up some of the crystal drops to show them? She wanted to drop a briolette from them, and so we figured today we would show you guys how to do a teardrop or a briolette bail. So that you can easily drop your briolettes or teardrop top drill beads down.
You can really see the shiny sparkle.
Yeah, very pretty. So I will be demonstrating that for you guys in just a minute. And then I also want to show you how my necklace is going, and then Becky's going to kind of take it away for a bit and create with you guys.
Yeah.
Hi, Zakia. Hello, Terry.
Maybe I'll start a memory wire bracelet.
Hey, Sue.
Got some memory wire here.
Sue, were you in Fairview earlier? We thought we were behind you here in Fairview on one of the roads.
If you are, you should come and see us when we open.
Sue says, I use chocolate sugar-free creamer all the time. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You want to trade places for a while?
Yeah, might as
Okay.
well.
Cool.
So before we get into the briolette bale, I'm going to show you guys the direction that my necklace is going so far. So last night we talked about how I was using some of the fibers to create little dangles. And I'm going to do kind of like in every other design. So I've got like a strip of raindrops, or I don't know, whatever you want to look at, or however you want to look at it. So I did some little links so that it would have movement. And I just chose some of my favorite beads from the fun pack. And then I'm going to do another lark's head knot on the other side. But before we do that, let us do a briolette bale. So I'm going to take one of these teardrops here, and I'm going to take some fine gauge wire. When in doubt, when you're not sure what size wire to use, make sure that you have movement in the bead hole. So even if there is movement, make sure there's enough movement that it can move around pretty freely, because top drill beads are fragile. I don't know if any of you have ever broken the top off of a top drill bead and been really sad about it. I know I have. So when in doubt, always go a size down in your wire from what you would think would work best. So I could use like a 24 gauge with this. It would be just fine. But just for sake of making it a little bit easier to teach, I'm using a 26 gauge for you guys today. So I also want to mention that if you are new to wire wrapping or not confident in your skills, use a craft wire like a soft temperament wire rather than a hard or half hard temperament wire. You will be less likely to break the top off of the briolette. So
tips.
Thank you. Because this is really soft and really thin gauge, I am going to take some time to slightly work harden it a little bit. And how I'm doing that is I'm just kind of running it through my fingers. I don't want to make it super hard, but I just want it to be a little bit harder so that when I bend my bends in the process that I'll be showing you in just a second, they'll stay put and they'll look nice and clean, and it won't be flimsy.
You're restructuring the integrity of the strength in words.
So what's happening on the inside of this wire is metal is like a crystalline molecular structure. And so when we harden it like this, we're kind of breaking that structure, and those little molecular shards essentially are kind of like rearranging themselves inside the wall. And so each time we bend it, those little shards have less and less room to bend around because there's more shards and they're jagged and there's just less and less room. So that's why the wire gets harder.
Nice.
Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to string this through. Now, depending on how precise or how big your piece is, you may or may not want to bend the wire up first before you string it on. Let's say you had a really dainty, really fine point, like a little super, super fine, let's say garnet or something. What I like to do sometimes is I'll take my chain nose pliers and I will make a right angle bend. And depending on how fine the point is, sometimes you want that bend to be a little more acute than a right angle. So start with that sharp bend, and then we're going to string that guy right there. So then what we can do is very carefully bend this wire up. Now, if my wire was very, let's say if it was thicker than this and it had not as much room to move around in the hole, what could happen when I make this first bend is we could pop that teardrop right off. But this has movement, so it's good. This is a pretty round, wide drill. But let's say yours wasn't. One way that we can get around that, especially if we only have just the right size wire on hand, Let's bend it back out and pretend that we didn't do that. What we can do, so we've got this bend going on this side, we can very carefully take our pliers in here, just right there, and then use your thumb to bend the wire up. That way we have more movement here. And when you wear the piece, you're less likely for this to break off.
And
so
it'll wiggle just right.
It'll wiggle, 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 shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. So when we go to kind of close this crisscross in here, you're less likely to crack your work. Now, this is fine work here, especially with fine wire. So this is going to take some gradual kind of manipulation. So I like to have real sharp bends. You might not want sharp bends. You might want it to look kind of rounded, but the goal is just to have them kind of crisscross like this on top of your work. So I'm going to straighten out some of my bends just so that it's easier for you guys to see. Pardon me while I bring this closer to my face so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got what looks like the bottom of a clothes hanger, but we still want plenty of clearance on top of the point for this to be able to move around freely. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to designate one of these wires as the wire that gets turned into the loop, or it's going to be the wire that is going to get wrapped around and cut off like we would with a regular wrapped loop for earrings, let's say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab across both loops like this, and I'm going to bend one of them straight up. That's the one that's going to turn into my loop. See what I've got so far? So now the other one is going to get wrapped around just twice.
It's like you're doing a clothes wrap loop, but there's something else.
Exactly. So you see how I'm wrapping that around just twice. So if you want a really long coil, you can wrap more than twice, but we want this one to be a little bit more discreet. So I'm going to trim that off. And now we have this so far. Now I'm going to tuck my tail end down before I move on, just so he's out of the way. And I'm doing that off camera again, just so I can see it.
There's only like 6 inches of clearance between the technology and the table.
Yeah. So now what we're going to decide is if we want to put a bead on top of that space. So we could just put a loop, but another fun option is to put a bead. So we're not going to do that, but I did want to show you. Look how cute that is. You can put a bead right there and then do your loop on top. But let's say we just want to wrap it right in. Oh, I didn't tuck that well enough. Get down there, little buddy.
I think that's the hardest part about wrapping the wire around a wire is just getting the tail to behave.
So now what we're going to do is we are going to wrap it right into Becky's potatoes. Becky, which direction?
The tops are up here and the bottoms are down there.
And you're doing a flip-flop?
Yes, they're asymmetrical.
Okay, cool.
Or mismatched.
So what we're going to do now is treat this like it's a wrapped loop for earrings. So we're going to bend that down into a right angle like that. Where is our round nose? Oh, there it is. Thank you. We're going to take our round nose pliers. We're going to grab right in the bend. And of course, use whatever techniques you typically use to do wrap loops. This is just my technique, but there's several ways. So we're going to grab right in the bend the wire up over the top and down like that. Then we can close the loop, but we're not going to wrap yet because we want to, at this stage, connect it into whatever we are connecting it into. So I like to almost close the loop and then just connect those parts and pieces together like that. Okay, so you can see that we've got a fair amount of space to fill up with our wire here. So what I'm going to do is hold across the loop like this, I'm not putting my pliers into either of the loops. I'm just holding across the loop, making sure I have clearance between the loop that we're making and the coil that we've already done. And we're just going to fill in that empty space now. And what I like to do sometimes is just kind of go over, like kind of graduate out, go over those coils that I made. And it starts to kind of get a little bit bigger at the bottom. And it looks nice, in my opinion, with the kind of tapering in size of the top of the briolette, or briolet, however we want to say it. The teardrop.
Terry, just do it. Just do it. She said, I'm always shy about using my crystals. I just need to do it.
Yeah, you can always undo it if you're not into
Just
it.
do it.
That's the great thing about making your own jewelry is it's flexible. All right. So after we tuck our TLNs, like what I just did here, that's what we've got. And so Becky's got a cute little
Fun.
raindrop hanging down from her potato cloud.
Yay.
Yay. All right.
Awesome.
Cool. Let me move my necklace out of the way and we can get to it. Before we actually get into Becky's project, I wanted to take a second to ask you guys to like this video if you are watching on YouTube, heart the video if you're watching on Facebook, and share it with your friends. There's well over 20 of you watching right now, and we'd love to see if we can get at least 20 likes. That would be super cool. All right, let's go back to hand cam.
Hello.
Hey, Jan.
Oh, hi, Jan. Potato cloud. That is, what does it say?
Zakia.
Trademarked, is it not? Yes, it is. Potato cloud. Sure.
Well,
Yes.
Sue, there's somebody else that has a vehicle like yours and
looks like you.
looks like you driving around Fairview.
You've got a doppelganger.
Terry says that drop is over the top beautiful.
Yeah.
It is super pretty.
I was trying to find them on our website, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, they're an in-store special. If anybody wants one, you can message us at beadplace.net/contact us.
And we'll hook you up.
But we just have them in store right now.
They're beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna make a memory wire bracelet. So I am going to cut off some of this memory wire. Let me show off what I'm wearing today. So my daughter picked this out. I told her to pick out some jewelry for me. So this is one of my famous rat bracelets done with Eslon.
Pretty.
Purples and aqua and silver, a little bit of green.
Those, what do they call them? Tribal bicones? These ones, they look like paper beads.
They do kind of,
I
yeah.
thought they were your paper beads until I looked closer.
Speaking of paper beads.
I know. I saw Jan's comment. Did you see Jan's comment?
No, what did she
said,
say?
Hey, Becky, can't wait till tomorrow night. Well, what's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night is on, we'll put the link in the description later.
Faceted bicone. That's what it's called.
Faceted bicone?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night on my channel, I am making paper beads my way. I make paper beads a little bit differently than you might have seen before, and they are super duper cool, and they're different and funky and just so much fun. So I even put a supply list in the description of that video for the live stream so that you can gather supplies. You probably have most of the supplies around the house, and if not, you can probably find them at the dollar store. So you can play along with me, and we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow night at 8:15 p.m. Central. Ooh, Abby's got some show and tell.
Pretend I'm not showing you guys this.
You didn't see this just now. We got a bunch of really cool stuff in.
For Western night. It launches on Western night in the store.
It launches on Western night in the store. We're having another one of our themed parties. We had a Pearl Jam party where we made pearl jewelry and ate jam and listened to Pearl Jam music. And everybody came dressed in theme like grunge or like rock and roll. And that was fun. So our next themed party is in May and May 23rd.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is Western themed. So we're gonna make some rootin' tootin' jewelry, and we're gonna have some Western snacks, and we're gonna play like old school country, like
Johnny Cash.
Johnny. Yeah, words are hard right now. Johnny Cash, maybe some Patsy Cline, and like good stuff.
Hank Williams, is that old school country?
I think so. Hank Williams, yeah. This memory wire is quite has mind of its own right now. Yeah, I'll get it.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I'll get it. Decky, do it.
Decky, do it.
Decky, do it. 2, 3. Okay, yeah.
While
Just
you're
need
untangling, maybe I'll do
one
another
more.
sneak peek
Yeah,
tray.
do another sneak peek tray. They're so much fun. I love them. And the sound effects are awesome too.
Thank you. I try hard.
Everything's better with sound effects. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna cut this right here so I can get this off of here, and then we'll cut it down to size. There we go. Let's see what we got. We have
Look at this. There's empty trays in here.
There's empty trays in there. I was also going to say I got this on today. That was from a thrift shop. Then I have this on. We have these bracelet blanks here at the shop, and they have holes already in them. So I put some chain on it and a couple charms.
That's a vintage tier cast product.
It's a vintage tiara cast product. Yeah, some
Not sure
wire
vintage.
just kind of sloppy on there. And yeah, so I got that. On this arm, I have a spoon bracelet. Yeah, it's patinaed nicely. Last time I saw it, it was like bright silver, but now it's like gunmetal color. I love it.
Can I do one last?
She's
preview
going to
tray?
do one more. Day after my birthday Western party, Zakia says. Stacy says, heart eyes, smiley face.
Yay.
Those slabs on that tray are awesome.
I like the slabs, but I think that teardrops are super cool.
They are. You can make a briolet veil with those.
Totally could. Oh, we have too many things on this tray. It won't fit.
Uh-oh, too many things. I saw the rest of the stuff too. There's charms and all kinds of really cute stuff. Okay. When you buy memory wire, it's not like this, but this has been in our stock supply for a while. So
Tangled up with other wires.
yeah.
There we go. Nobody can pull that drawer out.
Nobody pull that drawer out. Remember.
It'll be like, do you know those snakes in a can? Those like
Yeah.
toys from when we were kids?
Yeah.
It'll be like snakes in a can.
Beads in a drawer. Okay. 1, 2,
There's a snake in my boot.
3. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this right about here because I like my ends to overlap. We only wasted that much. That's awesome. Okay, so the beads don't fall off the other end. I'm going to make a loop. Pretty.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Will you really though?
No.
That's what you said last time. I'm just making a loop in the end here so that the beads don't fall off. Overlapping a little bit so that it stays shut. And I strategically placed the end of it in a place where it's not gonna poke my wrist. I'm gonna bend the whole thing back a little bit. There we go. There we go. So, okay, cool. So I'm gonna make this random, but I'm gonna make it so that like if there is like one of these on the top, it won't be like directly across from it. You gotta like stagger them a little bit. So it looks random, but there is really just a little bit of method to the madness. Okay. And
Methodical madness.
methodical madness. Yeah. One thing I like about making memory wire bracelets is the sound effects you get to make. So check this out. I can see to put this on here. Okay, you ready for the sound effects?
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, Abby says yes. You gotta go zoop. Go, go, go. Zoop. There we go. Now it's down. It's hard to do that when there's like 6 inches of clearance here. Yeah, so you gotta make it go zoop all the way down the wire. Yeah, it's Thursday. You know what that means. Coffee and sound effects. And yeah, not finding the words I'm looking for. Not quite awake yet. But it's okay. I'm an artist.
The coffee will kick in soon.
The coffee will kick in soon. Yeah. Yeah. Just when my hands are shaky, that's when somebody will come in and want me to like do a very small thing for them. I just know it. I'm gonna put some of these Magatomas on here too, because it's just gonna
Ooh, Conway Twitty, that's a good idea. Flow freely.
Yes.
Hi, Gray Like Gray.
Hi, Gray. How are ya? Yeah, Gray is from my makers group.
That's cool.
Yeah. Me and Gray are gonna do a video chat play date sometime, and we're gonna do some gel printing.
That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the cool thing about having friends in different states and all over the world is you can have video chat play dates, and it's like you're hanging out with them. So I like to do that at least once a week or so. Tonight, I have a video chat play date with Tracy. Tracy. Shout out to Tracy. I'm not going to say your last name. But we all know Tracy. So I'm just like randomly putting these on here. I think it's cute. I'm using mostly the seed bead mix. And then I'm going to throw in some of these every now and then as like an accent. Especially these crackle beads. Aren't those fun?
Super fun.
Oh, it fell off my fingers.
And those look like lightning too.
They do, and they like move around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's fun. Okie dokie. So I like these big pink ones too.
Hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
Corey's there we watching go. From the Netherlands.
Oh, cool. Cool. Is Paula here? Paula's in the Netherlands too. So the Netherlands, it's just after dinner time, I bet, around 7 p.m. ish.
That's cool.
Yeah. So morning or early afternoon streams are good for the European crowd. Yeah. Yep. I was super impressed last night. One of my friends, Miriam, who lives in Israel, tuned in to our 7 p.m. stream. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning for her. So yeah, extra high five to Miriam. Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. No. Cool. And then every now and then I'm putting more of these Rizos on here, and they hang down also. And there's just a lot of different shapes and textures and cool stuff going on. Oh, here Abby's gonna show you something. I just want to show
a necklace update. I'm adding more of that fiber that came in your mix. And I'm just basically holding them together as if they're one, but you could of course use them separately as well. But I'm gonna add some beaded dangles on either side now.
Look how fun that is. All the different textures, and there's dancing around. And I'm gonna put some crystals on here too. Oh, will you cut open that strand for me?
It's open.
Oh, it is open?
Yeah.
Cool. Just, I don't know, a few.
I know.
Awesome. Now I have these little bitty crystals.
Yay.
We decided these are 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, I was thinking they're 4s, but they're small for 4s, so yeah.
Are you using these guys?
No, you can use them.
Okay. Are you using these guys?
No.
You sure? I thought you claimed them yesterday.
Well, I was going to make some earrings out of them, but no, you can have them. I'm just making a memory wire bracelet. That'd be kind of big for the memory wire bracelet. It'd be cool as like a focal, but no, if you want to use them, go ahead.
I don't know if I need them. Not a
biggie.
Yeah, I kind of need them.
I am going to use these shells though.
Okay.
Yeah. So mostly the seed bead mix here, including the Rizos.
Well, then can I claim these guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
And let's throw in a chip too.
Can I just need 2 of your crackle glass if that's okay, because then that completes my design. Cool.
There's plenty here to share.
That will be neat. I like that. I'm going to steal some of your head pins too.
Oh, are you going to do dangles?
Yeah. So I'm just going to like keep doing
Neat.
what I'm doing, but just make it shorter and shorter each time.
Neat.
Thanks.
I put one of these magatamas on there. I'm going to do some more seed beads, and I'm going to put one of those really cool drop crystals on here, and it's going to look super cool. I like this green color of these seed beads.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called, but check out that green. Isn't that cool?
Pale sage or something.
Yeah. And it's got a little bit of glimmer to it. It's not like an iris finish, but it's not flat for sure. What kind of finish on that, you think? Just
It's
frosted, maybe? I don't know.
The green?
Yeah, the green seed beads.
I think it's just matte.
Oh, wow.
Matte AB.
Well, it looks cool.
Agreed.
So I'm going to add one of these little raindrops. Let's see where that's going to sit. Go down there. Go down. I like to every now and then just kind of mush all of them down and see where we are. Oh, that's perfect. It's going to sit on top of the wrist. This is the top. So that's perfect.
Cute.
Where I put that. And then I'll make sure not to put like another one right here and like not another one of these like right there and so on, So
Yeah.
it's random and it looks totally random. It's just a little bit different to set up that you gotta approach this a little bit differently because you're used to making a bracelet laid out like this. And you know that they're, spaced evenly or whatever. But this, I could put another one of these like an inch away from it. Whereas like on a regular bracelet, it would be like here and here. But on the memory wire bracelet, it would be like one here and one there. And like, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Here's one of my little dangles so far. I'm adding in like horizontal texture with the chips as well because I've got a lot of like vertical lines. So I'm trying to add in some texture going the other way as well.
Nice.
I find that that's important when you're doing lots of lines in your designs.
Juxtaposition.
Okay, everybody take a sip of your coffee or your water.
Yep. Juxtaposition. Cool. We're going to add one of these shells because they're cool. Look how pretty that is.
Very pretty.
Lots of depth in it. Ooh, now this is a bigger bead. Oh, it's not going to, yeah. So this is straight and that's, it's too big to put on there because it'll mess up it won't, I could jam it on there, but yeah,
we don't want to break it.
We're not going to do that.
And we don't want it to mess up the like angles of your bracelet design either.
Yeah, we want it to be able to,
be free.
Float around, yeah.
Another way that you can use beads like that in your designs without actually stringing them on, there's two ways that I have that come to mind. You can use them as dangles on the loops of your memory wire bracelet. You just attach them with a head pin. Or the other way that I think is super fun is to wire it on top. So like leave just like a band of either jewelry tube or like straight seed beads.
You could do something like this and just put it like on top.
Exactly. Yeah. Just have to leave room for it, kind of.
Fun, yeah.
Otherwise, it'll like stick out a little too far if you don't leave room for it.
Yeah, we don't want it to stick out.
No, I mean maybe you do, but I don't.
Yeah, not today.
Not today.
Where's the hole?
I don't know.
There it is. So, what's the last song you guys listened to? The last song I listened to in the car, it's in my head now. It's by the Ting Tings. That's not my name. That's not my name. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. That's not my name. Yeah.
That was the last song I listened to also because Becky played it when she came in.
Yeah, it was on my Pandora on my phone, and I just let it play when I came in. And she started singing along with it too. And we were clapping and having a good old time. We had fun here. Abby was bye Sue. Abby was thinking of a new t-shirt that we could have around here that says I'm fun employed at the bead place. Fun employed because we have fun over here.
That we do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Look at this little dangly do. I like him.
My husband calls it my arts and crafts job. You gonna go play arts and crafts? Well, it's not all arts and crafts.
A lot of it is serious business.
Yeah. Yeah. I am the online inventory manager, so I do a lot on the website. And I do other officey type stuff around here, as well as help customers and everything.
Becky
Process
wears
orders.
all hats.
I have all the hats. I have all the hats. I was just thinking, we have a new employee and she doesn't have any Bead Place t-shirts yet. We need to make sure that she gets a Bead Place t-shirt.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I like to wear them, especially to special events that we have. Speaking of special events, who's gonna be in town next week?
Phil.
Who's Phil?
Phil's cool. Phil travels the world to find really, really neat beads.
He's our traveling bead salesman.
And he goes all around to bead stores around the U.S. and sets up camp for the week or the weekend.
He has a big truck, and like literally, he just opens the back of his truck and brings in like crates of beads.
Mm-hmm.
And he's amazing. He sets it all up in like 2 hours. And
He's
like,
great.
I don't know how that happens.
It takes longer than 2 hours.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then he like brings the most important stuff in the first 2 hours, but then he continues kind of like unpacking throughout the whole time of his show, which I think is a great strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. If you come the first day, you don't see it all. You got to come back the second day to see more. Yeah. Okay. So let's see where all of this lands. Okay. So we have that there. Yeah, I kind of don't want this pretty thing to be way down there. I'm going to wait until it can be like up here or something. So I'm going to take this off because this is a really pretty one and nobody puts baby in the corner.
Right.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, it reminds me. My latest fascination is Warmies stuffed animals. Has anybody heard of the Warmies stuffed animals?
You talked to us about Warmies stuffed animals.
Did I?
About a week or two ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, they're floppy and they have lavender inside of them and some kind of little beans or something to make them, weighty. They're weighted. So they're good for like sensory and like calming down. And I just like to have one on my chest when I'm sitting in my chair and just, I pat its bottom like a baby. It's calming and they smell like lavender. Oh, and they're so cute. So yeah, you guys are going to be like, Becky, I have been collecting them for, I don't know, a couple months now. They have them at the grocery store and they have them at Tie-Dye Iguana, which is where we get our snake food. And don't ask me why the snake food place has stuffed animals, but they do. And they're on sale a lot there too.
Awesome.
So I've been collecting them for a couple months. I haven't counted them, but I think I have like 8 or 9 of them. Wow. Yeah. I have like a deer, a sushi, an avocado, a hedgehog. Oh, the hedgehog is adorable. A cow, a snail, a black axolotl, and a white axolotl. And what else? Snail. I just said the snail. Avocado. There's another one, but I like them because I have a bunch of them in my bed, and like when I roll over, there's always one there. And like, yes, I sleep with stuffed animals. I'm a full-grown adult, and I sleep with stuffed animals. But
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I can't smell too much, but the lavender in them, if I put it like right up to my face when I'm sleeping, I can smell it. And yeah, they're just nice, and they're soft and squishy, and they're heavy, and I just love them.
Terry says axolotl are amazing. I still want one.
I know, aren't they cute? They look like little sea aliens. They have them
Wendy.
Up at hey Wendy. They have them up at the Tie-Dye Iguana. They sell them like the real ones.
If you guys have a Books A Million by you, they have them at Books A Million.
Oh, the Warmies?
Yeah.
Cool.
We have Books A Million by us, but out here in Fairview, it's a Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. Abby lives on the other side of town
The
than I do.
other side, like the other side of a few towns over.
The other side of the county. Well, you're in a
No,
different
I'm in a
county.
different county than you.
Yeah. She lives like 20 minutes in one direction. I live like 20 minutes in the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the warmies. There's a strawberry too. Oh, it's so cute. I think it is like the beanie baby craze.
Yeah.
They're gaining popularity and they're pretty cool. There's a monkey at Schnucks the other day. Wendy, I thought about you because you like monkeys. Wendy in chat there is a real life friend of mine.
You're all real life friends of ours. It's just like an in person.
Yes, I see her in person. We go to Denny's every Friday, and yeah.
Stacy says, I'm getting my kid an axolotl for his birthday in 2 weeks. That's so cool.
That's so cool. Make sure you ask where you get it at about care, because they need like special temperatures and like special things. And once you get it down and you like know what's going on, it's not hard, but they definitely, it's more to take care of than a goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're super cute though.
Terry says, my vet has 1 or 2 in their waiting room. They come right up to the glass and say hi.
Yeah.
Surely looking for food. Yeah.
They're smart.
People means food.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't think I remember what the account name on, I don't know if it's Facebook or Instagram. I don't use TikTok, but I know a lot of the like videos on Instagram and Facebook are from TikTok originally and vice versa. But there's an account on there where I think her name's Sarah maybe, but she has like all these saltwater fish tanks. And like, I didn't think I was a fish kind of person, but I spend so much time just like watching these little fish.
They're cool.
And she's got like sea urchins that wear hats and like they want to wear the hats. They like get the hats and put them on their heads.
Oh my god. Like plastic or like?
I think she says she has them 3D printed, so I guess plastic.
Oh, but that's cute.
If she doesn't have any hats in there for them, they'll like get the tank plants and put them on their heads and wear those as hats.
Oh my goodness.
And I think there was one time one of them like put a snail on top of its head or something.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I thought it was really.
Yeah. Animals are smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put one of these big raindrops strategically placed. Where is it?
Hey, Nancy.
Get down there. Hey, Nancy.
There we go. Says the pet store had a worksheet on the care. Been doing the research. That's awesome.
Yeah, do your own research too, because like if it's a big box chain, I won't name any names, they don't always have the correct information. The place where we go for snake food is like a privately owned small business, and they are on it. So yeah, in addition to the worksheet, do your own research, and that's a great idea.
Stacy says, love the videos with the octopus. Yeah, watching that like octopus videos where they change colors and stuff. Yeah, I just think that's super cool.
Love them. I don't know if it's on Netflix still. My Octopus Teacher. It's like a documentary, and oh my gosh, I love it. They're so smart. There's one person I follow on Instagram that has a pet octopus, and it's small. It stays like this big, it's real small.
Yeah.
And he puts jars in there for it to play with, and just different like puzzles for it to work on, and like gets the treat out of the jar or a different kind of a lid.
I think there's a couple people on Instagram that do that.
Probably. Yeah. So cute. And I like that they always have a disclaimer, most people should not have an octopus as a pet. Don't think this is like a kitten,
Yeah.
But yeah, if you know what you're doing, then good. Let's see. I'm going to put another one of these on here.
That goes there.
So every now and then I'm just zhuzhing them all down and kind of like seeing where things lay and making sure that like there's not two of anything like right, next to each other. I think we're doing a good job of kind of spacing them out. And it's so hard for me to do random. There's 2 of one bead. That's my only rule. It can't be 2 of one thing in a row. Oh, there's another yellow one down here too. Okay, well,
it was intentional.
I'll leave it.
It was fine.
That's one thing too. On a lot of things, if you mess up, good. Do it somewhere else, and now it looks intentional.
Yeah.
Yep. Just do it. Let's see. What else am I going to put on here? There's some more of these. And there's one more crackle. Should I put a crackle on here? Yeah, I think it's time for a crackle.
Those crackles are cute.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
I am not going to get done with my necklace today, but I just want to at least get the dangles done. But we are coming up on time, Becky.
Okay.
Just warning you.
Yeah, I'll finish this later and I'll post it in our Facebook group. It's called the Bead Place Facebook group.
I'll link it for you guys now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, quick recap of upcoming events. We have Phil coming next weekend. Is it Thursday through Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So next Thursday through Saturday. And that Saturday that he is here, the last Saturday of the month, we have our free workshop. And I brought the sample for it today. I made the sample last night and I brought it in today. And it's very cute. It's going to be a surprise.
I need this one.
And
following Sunday,
yes,
we are taking a field trip to Libido, which is a hilariously named bead store in Springfield, Illinois.
About 2 hours away.
They are so awesome. They are welcoming us for a class with world famous seed bead artist Shelly. I don't know how to say it. It's either Nyback or Nybaki. I've heard it said actually 3 different ways, but those are the 2 that make most sense to me. So if anybody knows, I guess I'll learn when I take a class with her. But we're making the Easy Touch bracelet. So if you live within traveling distance of Springfield, Illinois, next Sunday, we're going to go up there and take that class. It's only $65, which I think is incredible.
Yeah.
And it comes with lunch.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
So that's super cool. But I just thought that was really cool that Kathy, the lady that owns the store in Springfield, was like willing to welcome us for a class there.
As a guest instructor, instructor, she's not there all the time, so
she
extra cool.
Well, Libido apparently, from what I understand, is the only store that she teaches at now. So she's like retired from touring to teach.
Cool.
But so she's not from Springfield, but she travels there to teach because I believe it's like the closest store to her.
Yeah.
I don't know where she lives, but
yeah,
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to redo one of my hooks to make my loop a little bigger, but I can show you guys what I've got so far if Becky, you don't mind.
Ooh, that's fun.
So, it just fell off. I opened it because I was going to put it on in a different spot, and I thought, it'll hang on for me to show it. But I'm going to add more of these little dangles, and I'm going to cut them so that they're tapered. But we've got a lot of movement, and then I used those chips in there so that it breaks up all those vertical lines.
Focal, that's cool.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I think it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah. On our Western party. Our Western party's coming up.
Western party's coming up. And then in June or July, we've got a one-day only trunk show with the Ava Motherwell collection.
That's going to be super cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that.
Oh, and this is the color combo bracelet we made last week.
Yeah, go check that out. If you are having a hard time, if you are someone who has a hard time creating with colors that don't necessarily sing for you, we shared a lot of tips and tricks for working with colors outside of your normal color palette. And I was shocked at how those colors, let me show you guys the color palette.
Yeah, it's Carrot Curl, Peach, and Flushing Pink.
Can I do this?
Yeah. And at first I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a challenge. But yeah, it works. I love it.
Hold on one sec, guys. Okay. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. We were going a little over on time, so we do need to say goodbye quick.
Goodbye quick.
Goodbye quick. We will see you next Wednesday with a super special fun surprise. If you are not able to come to Phil's Trunk Show with us next week, check out the Phil's Picks Trunk Show boxes, the mystery boxes that you can grab on our website. It's like 25% off, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And then I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. To those of you that celebrate Easter, have some fun. And
Yeah.
we'll see you next week. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.